So good morning once more. Thank you guys so much for joining. Glad to see a number of people here. So I'd just like to request us to kindly mute our mics for now. There'll be a time that most of us will be able to speak, but for now, kindly just mute your mic so that we can be able to listen to one person at a time. So let me just kindly share my screen so that I can show you the program for today's session. So as you can see, we'll have our opening prayer from one of the participants, and then we'll do an introduction of all members. So this today is going to be more of a very interactive and informative webinar. It's not going to be us talking, it's going to be you talking, giving us your ideas, sharing your experiences, your journey in tech, just basically letting us know where you are, what you're currently doing, and how Mobigirlz can be able to assist you. We'll be doing a Mobigirlz overview. I'm sure some of you don't know much about the Mobigirlz overview. You might know about eMobilis, but you don't know about the initiative Mobigirlz. So I'll be taking you through that. Then we'll have our alumni talks from Meg, Nyakeno, Maureen, Waneki, and then we'll have a fun game. We'll have a Mobigirlz video. We'll have an alumni talk from Flovian. We'll also have another fun game. And then Taslin, Ruth will also take us through their experience and their journey. We'll also have a Q&A, and then now our closing remarks and announcements. So kindly just prepare yourself. When we're doing introduction, we'd like each one of you to just introduce themselves, say what they're currently doing, where is their experience in tech, are they beginners in tech, what are they currently doing in tech, and basically they'll just just give us a bit of your background. You might be studying, you might be working, or you might be freelancing. So we just want to get a feel of the participants. What are you currently doing? How can we be able to assist? So first, I'd just like to begin with a word of prayer. Let me see. So I'd like to request one of us to just start us off with a word of prayer. Naseri and Ruth, I can see your mic is on. Would you like to lead us in a word of prayer? Kindly. Naseri and Ruth, can you hear me? Naseri and Ruth, are you here? Okay, yeah. Anyone? Okay, yes, thank you. Could you kindly just lead us in a word of prayer? Then we can start off.
Okay, let's pray. Mighty and everlasting Father, we say thank you for giving us a good health this morning as we are going to start our meeting. May you be with us and guide us through this meeting, for I pray, trusting and believing in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you very, very, very much. Once more, I'd like to welcome you to our informative session and webinar. I'd like to request us to mute our mics kindly. Let's just mute our mics. Masi Mushoki. My co-host can also help me just mute participants' mic for now. I'd just like to do a brief intro, and then I'd like to go on with the introductions from each one of you. So my name is Claire Karani. I am the Assistant Programs Manager here at eMobilis, and one of the projects that I lead is the Mobigirlz program, which is very close and to my heart, being a girl in tech, being a lady in tech. So a bit later on, I'll be doing just the Mobigirlz overview for you to understand what Mobigirlz is, when we started, what we have done in the past. So now, what I'd like from each one of you, I see we are around 27 participants. So I'd just like us to do a quick round of introductions. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you are in tech. So what are you currently doing? You could be studying, you could be working, and which field are you in? Are you a programmer? Are you a system administrator? Or are you just interested in tech and you would love to be in this, basically this webinar or this session to understand how to propel yourself in tech, how to get more communities, how to be engaged in tech. So I'd start with my screen. Right now, I can see Bella or Yucho. So you can just unmute your mic. If you're comfortable showing us your video, that's fine. If not, you can just unmute your mic and just give us that brief introduction. So I'll just be using my screen. So kindly just let's be vigilant. Let's be fast so that we can go. You can proceed on. So Bella or Yucho, the floor is yours.
Good morning.
Good
So
morning.
my name is Bella. I'm a student at KCA University doing information technology. Currently, I'm doing an internship at Hub as a software developer. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Good. Great. Let's move on. I see Lydia's mic is on, so maybe you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, you can
We
go
are
ahead.
introducing ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, my name is Lydia, and Lydia, I'm hoping to learn more about the STEM details. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Grace. G. Olango Grace.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm a girls digital project lead from Twende Pamoja. And mostly I train girls in digital literacy and specifically the STEM activities. So I'm here to learn more about this. And I'm a graduate from Southeastern Kenya University. The degree was information technology. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we have Daniel Mitui and then Deborah. Daniel? Daniel, if you can hear us, kindly just introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Daniel, a student at Machakos University taking BSc Computer Science, year 3, semester 1. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Glad to see the men even supporting and joining us. Next, I can see Glory.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Gloria King, a software engineer currently studying in KC University. I'm an intern at eMobilis.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Deborah.
Hi, I'm Deborah. I'm currently a student of computer science.
Welcome. Next, Doreen, then Faith Kiruga. Doreen, if you can hear us.
Doreen Liongo.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. No problem.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
I am Doreen. I have a bachelor degree in information technology, and I joined this through the digital program. I'm doing digital marketing, so that's why I joined this.
Great. Thank you, Doreen. We have, there's another Doreen. I'm not sure if she's with us. My name is just Doreen on the screen. Doreen, can you hear us? Okay, let's move on to Faith Kiruga, then Faith Zawadi. Kiruga?
Hi, my name is Faith Kiruga. I graduated from Mount Kenya University with a Bachelor's of Information Science. I'm also a beneficiary of the eMobilis program, the web development program. And I'm currently freelancing, and also, yes, that's it.
Great to have you. Next we have Faith Zawadi and then Flovia Nowiti. So Faith Zawadi.
Hello guys. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so I'm Faith Zawadi. I'm an alumni of eMobilis, the web development cohort. I'm also a student of computer science in Meru University and happen to also be a Google developer. So currently I'm developing with Google Android full stack. Thank you.
Great to have you here, Flavian, and then you can have Gladys.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Flavian, and Mobigirlz alumni, currently a software engineering student at African Leadership X, that is ALX. And I'm happy to join you guys and have this great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Gladys, and then, yes,
Hello,
Gladys.
everyone.
Hi.
My name is Gladys. I've just completed my undergraduate degree from Moi University a month ago. I did a bachelor's degree in information science. Currently, I'm an attaché in KRA, and I also did, I got a scholarship from eMobilis. I did web development, and I'm ready to learn more and also get more opportunities when it comes to things concerning IT. Thank you.
Great to have you here. Next, we have, I think Glory introduced, both Glories have introduced themselves. So I'll move on to Helen Oboya, then Judith Akinyi. Helen?
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can. Yes, we can.
Oh, great. I'm Helen Obaya. I'm willing to learn more. I'm just joining IT.
Thank you, Helen. Great to have you here. We can move on to Judith.
Morning, everyone. I'm Judith. I did my undergraduate degree in education science with IT. I'm passionate about IT. That's why I'm here to be guided into the tech world and to get to explore it more. I actually trained under the Agile Digital Program for data entry and management. I've also done article and content writing, but getting a job has been very difficult. So I'm looking forward to be guided through. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And we are glad that you could join this call. I think I'd like to move on to Lydia Nganga. Sorry? Okay, we can move on to Lydia Nganga and then Mariel Prudentia. I think we're almost done, but yeah, let's continue. Lydia, if you can hear us.
Oh, I had introduced myself, but I'm Lydia Nganga.
Okay.
But, I have also trained with the Agile Digital Program. Done WordPress designing. I'm interested to do more in software development and to learn more courses in the STEM. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. We can have Prudentia and then Maureen Waneki. Mariel, sorry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marie Prudencia. I have been trained by eMobilis on web development, reason why I'm there. And I want to learn more today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can have Maureen, then Mercy.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Waneki Maureen. alumni from Mobigirlz 2016 program. Currently a project manager. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Next we can have, okay, Mercy, I can see she's written, I'm sorry I cannot speak as I'm on transit, but I am following. My name is Mercy Mushoki, currently working at KCB Foundation as a program assistant. Looking forward to learn more about STEM. Glad to have you here. Next we have Michelle Anduru. I think Nasheri and Ruth already introduced herself. So Michelle Anduru.
Hi, good morning. My name is Michelle Anduru. I'm a software engineer student at Adventist University of Central Africa, Rwanda. I'm also taking a program in ALX, that's African Leadership X in software engineering again. Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next we have, let me see, Oliver. Sorry, Oliver. Oliver. Okay, as Oliver speaks, we can move on to Onyango Margaret, then Sharon Cherotich.
Hi, everyone. My name is Onyango Meg. Currently, I'm a technical lead and data scientist. I work at Ziltech, and I'm an alumni at eMobilis 2016, Mobigirlz, and I'm looking forward to have an interactive session. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Next, we can have, I know Riungu Doreen already introduced herself, so we can go to Sharon Cherotich, then Sharon Cherotich.
Hi, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Sharon. I'm yet to graduate in diploma in ICT. I'm glad to join you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have, I can see, oh, okay. I can see Rose Nabala on the call, so maybe you can just introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing. Rose?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rose Nabalayo. Currently, a trainer with eMobilis, but also I'm pursuing a course in software development. So I was really interested in what is going on today. So thank you so much, Claire.
Karibu sana. We can have Sharon. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sharon.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Sherin. I am here to learn more about STEM. Thank you.
Great, thank you. We have Susan and then ThinkPad. Maybe ThinkPad, you can be renaming your name. Susan, you can go ahead.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Susan, and I'd like to learn more about you.
Okay, great. Thanks. ThinkPad.
Morning, everyone. My name is Beatrice, not ThinkPad. I will rename my machine. I recently joined eMobilis for full stack developer course.
Okay, great. Great to have you here, Beatrice. Next, we have Tracy Nyaga, then Valerie Nasike.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy. I'm a student at the University of Nairobi, but I'm also a student at eMobilis doing Python.
Okay, great. Thank you and welcome. Next, we have Valerie Nasike, then Yvonne, then last but not least, Ruth. So Valerie.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
I'm Valerie Nasike. I'm an IT graduate from JCOT. I graduated this year, and I'm happy to join this session.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Welcome to the session. Now we have Yvonne and then Ruth. Yvonne.
Hello, good morning. I'm Yvonne Adhiambo, and I'm willing to learn. Thank you.
Karibu sana. We have Ruth. I don't know if Ruth can speak because I can't see if she's connected her audio. But if you can, Ruth, please do introduce yourself, Ruth. Okay. I don't think she can. I can see you also have our MD present. I'm not sure if you'd like to say something. Ruth, our MD Ken Wenda. Okay. So I think we've been able to do our round of introductions, and I'm very, very glad each one of you has been able to introduce themselves. Happy to see that some of us are in the STEM field, others are interested in the STEM field, others are in the Jira Digital program, others are already working. So thank you so much for joining this call. As we've said, it will be very interactive. My co-host will help us with the social media hashtags for the day, but they include, hashtag Mobigirlz, hashtag meet and greet, hashtag women in tech. So as I had shared, let me just share my screen so that you can see the program, now that we have at least now done the first bit, which was basically introduction of all participants. And thank you again. We truly appreciate your time and just being here in this webinar. Now I'd quickly move on to the next agenda, which is the Mobigirlz overview, so that you can clearly understand what Mobigirlz is, what we have done in the past, and what we would like to do. So let me just share my screen. I can see in the chat, we are very active. So yes, please let's be active in the chat. Glory Gitonga says she's an ICT officer in a water company, and I'm here to learn more. You're welcome. Our MD says glad he could join us, and we're happy here. Yes, so I think, yes, our MD can say a few words, because I feel like it would be really important if you just, tell us something on call. So let's give him 5 minutes, and then he'll be able to speak. So in the meantime, let me just share my screen so that you can see, we can have the overview of Mobigirlz program. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so I think we can give the MD a few minutes to speak, and then I can start off with the overview. So MD, if you're comfortable now, you can address our participants. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning, Claire. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yes, good morning, everyone. And so wonderful, so delighted that all of you could join us and make time for this really important and exciting session this morning. Ken Wenda, I'm Managing Director at eMobilis. I've met some of you. Great to see familiar faces, but also karibu sana to all the new faces. And thank you to our team, in particular, Claire and Wangoi, and some of our alumni from back in the day for helping spearhead this and sort of take ownership. I think mine was just to, as you can see, I'm clearly not the target audience or the demographic for whom this is designed. But if I can speak as part of the boy child, but also to explain maybe a bit about why, as eMobilis, this is so important to us. It's a couple of different things. The first thing is eMobilis is about 12 years old now. And in that 12 years, and especially when we started for the first 5 years, we would have a class, and you would find in a class of about 30 students, only about 3 or 4 would be young women. And this started to bother us, and we challenged ourselves to say, why is this the case? Why aren't women participating in the digital economy, in software development, in coding, in data science, and cybersecurity? What is the challenge, and what can we do about it if we decide to be intentional about it? And so we formed Mobigirlz about 5 years ago. And it's been fantastic to see some of the strides that Mobigirlz has made, thanks to the team that's on this call. And what we found and what we've learned is that it was many different things. Sometimes it was being discouraged by parents as a young woman to take other courses that are maybe considered softer, easier courses. It was a question of financial constraints and not being able to afford to take courses in software development. It was a lack of role models and mentorship and career guidance that this area, although very male dominated, is one that is, I won't lie, coding is hard. There's many times where there's premium tiers for many people when your code refuses to work, but that's the same for guys as it is for young women. And so there was no reason really, no good reason why young women couldn't venture into this area and exploit and take over and leverage the many, many benefits that are possible, especially now, as Microsoft has set up the Africa Development Center. They're paying 300, 400,000 for mid-level software developers. Google has promised to set up a center as well. We know that Visa has set up an innovation center. As eMobilis, we're part of the Safaricom Industry Digital Talent Program, which is taking on about 1,000 young people with a gender consideration around young women as well. And the idea being there is so much poaching in the industry, but also to build a talent pipeline. And so the opportunities are made. 3 quotes that remind me why this is so important, what we're doing, and why it's so great to have you all on the call to support each other, to mentor each other, to give us ideas on how we can build this and grow this. But it's now you guys as young women taking ownership, and that is phenomenal. When I look at some of our famous alumni, from Caro Karaoke, who works in Ireland at Facebook, to Meg, who's on this call, to Maureen, who's also on this call. Meg helped start our data science program, spearheaded that, is still very involved in that. Just graduated with a master's in computational intelligence from University of Nairobi, I think yesterday, so to begin him a coffee. We have Alela, who I'm not sure if she's on the call, who works as a community manager at Google, to Claire, who is, helps us run several programs in addition to Edna at eMobilis. So we've seen women do amazing things if they have the skill and the opportunity to train and get this knowledge. But the 3 quotes very quickly. The first reason, there's that African expression that if you want to walk, to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, much further and much further ahead, then walk together with others, right? So I think that's part of what this is creating a community with a sense of purpose where you as young women take this over and are able to run with it and share opportunities amongst each other. And we will be there to support as eMobilis. The second one, and the second reason why this is important, is I'm a father of 2 daughters and 1 young man. So when I think about the future I want for my daughters, and when I remember that my mom is a trained doctor and pharmacist, so went into STEM, and what that has meant in terms of transformation for her life, and what she's been able to do together with my father in our family, it's amazing what you as a young woman, if you pick the right career area that has lots of opportunity, what it can do for you, your family, and your future is incredible. It's limitless. And then the third one was we were invited to the Global Entrepreneurship Summit hosted by President Obama here in Kenya a few years ago as eMobilis. And one of the things that he said that has always struck me is the importance of women's participation in the economy, in voting, in opportunities in industry. And the reason he said is that if women aren't participating, it's like playing with half a team. So it's like going onto a soccer pitch you have 11, I'm sorry to use the soccer example for those of you who are not interested in soccer. But yeah, going into a soccer pitch and you only have half the players and you hope to win. You cannot win unless you have young women and young men fully participating, innovating, creating, in employment, giving ideas, leading, and that's what Mobigirlz hopes and aspires to do. So thank you so much again for joining us. I hope there's a fruitful session and there's good ideas that come up for how to make this bigger and better as a community. But wonderful, wonderful to have you all. Thank you. Bye. Back to you, Claire. Claire, back to you in studio.
Yes. Thank you very much, MD. Thank you for that wonderful introduction about eMobilis, why we have Mobigirlz. We are truly thankful and honored that you could be on this call, and thank you again for all the support you give the Mobigirlz program. So now, I'd just like to take a few minutes of your time to go through the overview of eMobilis and Mobigirlz. I know some of you have mentioned you have known this particular session due to maybe Ajira Digital, or you found it online. So I think it would just be prudent for us to just go through who eMobilis is. And I know the MD has already touched on it. So let me just, yes. So eMobilis. eMobilis is an 11-year-old ICT digital training institution, and we are based in Westlands, Nairobi. We have been accredited by the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, and throughout the 11 years that we've been around, we have won a number of awards, one being the Presidential Digitalent Program, which is basically we won the best private sector. So what we normally do is that eMobilis, we've partnered with PDTP to be able to offer internships for the interns that are normally there. So during every year, we do get some interns who work in the tech support team at eMobilis. So we are proud to have won this award. Another award we won a few in 2020 is the DR Award. So we became runners-up in the Diversity and Inclusion Opportunities for Youth Employment. And we have kindly, my co-host, if you could help me mute participants' mic, that would be great. So yes, as I was saying, we also won the Best Use of ICT in Education back in 2015 by the ICT Association of Kenya. As eMobilis, you know that we are a digital and training institution. Therefore, we have a number of programs that we focus on. So one being the software development trainings. I've had some of you mention that you're currently in the full stack software development course, which takes 4 months. We have Android, web development, JavaScript, data science, cybersecurity, USSD, Python, Laravel, and Oracle. And then some of the major programs that as eMobilis we've been able to do is the website and mobile app software development scholarship program. We've had the Mobigirlz program, that's why we are here today. The Google Digital Skills for Africa, the Ajira Digital program, the Digital Accelerator program with GIZ and ESC. And then we also have the Mobile Apps Bootcamp by NATCOM. So just to give you a bit of overview, what these particular courses are about, like the full stack software development course, 4 months. Web development takes 1.5 months. Android, Python, JavaScript, those are basically 1 month. And then data science, which is normally 3 months here at eMobilis. We have the cybersecurity course that we offer, 3 months. We have USSD, which is normally 2 weeks, Laravel 2 months, and Oracle 3 months. So these are the particular programs that are normally paid, and each of them varies according to the course that you're doing. And each of these trainings are 100% practical, and we always, to ensure that you have actually understood what you're learning, we always have a project at the end of each and every course that you learn. So we have an incubation period, then you present your project to a panel, so they're able to approve what you've been able to do in the course of the 4 months, the 1 month, the 3 months that you've been learning. We have the website development scholarship. We have been privileged to do this twice. We did it in 2020 and 2021. 2021 and 2022, sorry, whereby we were able to train students from the 3rd year and 4th year students in universities. So we were able to train, the first time we were able to train around 250, and in the second one, we were able to train around 280 students. So it was in sponsorship by MasterCard. So it was a fully sponsored program whereby we were providing data bundles to the participants, providing the lecturers, and it was a 2 months course. And at the end of the course, I think you have been able to hear some of the students who, or some of the participants who are here, they have known us through the website development scholarship course. So this is something that we are very passionate about. And when we get the opportunity to be able to train young people on software development, then it gives us joy. So this program, we were able to do it. We used our learning management system called Moodle, and the program was purely virtual. So we were glad to see so many students just join in and learn. So this was open. It was not just a female only kind of scholarship, but it was open to both male and female. We have the Digital Accelerator program that we did back in 2020. Now, this was in partnership with our client was the East African Community and GIZ. So we were able to partner with 6 countries. This is Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Burundi, and South Sudan. We were able to train 20 students in each country on the Android program. So it was basically a boot camp. 20 days, you learn Android programming and you create an application and you present it. So you needed to have some prerequisites, you needed to be, at least you have the knowledge of programming, because it was quite an intensive boot camp. But we had such great feedback from the participants. They were able to learn so much, and we were happy to see so many, even some of the participants are actually here in this call. Yeah. So the Google Digital Skills for Africa program, it's a program that is in partnership with Google. So as eMobilis, we are one of the key partners. And since 2016, we've been able to train 260,000 youth and entrepreneurs. So we've done these trainings in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. And as eMobilis, we have one best partner in August and October 2019. And right now, we're actually still conducting the trainings, but now they're actually happening virtually. So we are conducting these trainings to empower entrepreneurs, to empower people with small businesses to be able to learn how to, if it's creating a business listing, if it's learning how to create an online brand, if it's learning how to use Google Workspaces. So this training is absolutely free, and I'd encourage you, if you have a, if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur, or you just like to learn how, digital marketing can help you with your business, then this is the program. The Jira Digital Program, I'm glad to see some of the beneficiaries are here, and I'm sure you all know about Jira Digital. It's a government initiative. So also this is one of the programs that eMobilis runs and is mandated by the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs. So ideally, there are normally 2 programs. We have the operationalization of the IX and also just basically the Jira Digital Clubs. So we have been running this program, and we have been very happy to see so many participants, so many youth being able to get online jobs. This is a program that is also very key and key to our heart. So let's get to the meat and the flesh of this session, the Mobigirlz program. So the Mobigirlz program, as the MD has just mentioned, it was formed, or it was launched in 2016 with an aim to train, empower, and inspire young women to take up STEM courses. Because personally, I joined eMobilis in 2014. And how I knew about eMobilis is through Anisat. They sent Anisat in high school, and I was able to get a scholarship to come to eMobilis. So being at eMobilis, this is where I realized, okay, you know, in class you see you're only 2 girls, 3 girls, and you think, oh, okay, maybe when I move on to university, there'll be more ladies in the programming classes or taking STEM courses. But that was not the case. Even when I went to Jomo Kenyatta University, the case was still the same. We were less than, in a class of 30 students, we were basically 5 girls. And you see, you could clearly see that there's a gap. There's a gap in the STEM industry where women are not as many. So Mobigirlz in this case came to basically just bridge this gap, offer scholarships to very deserving young women, and also just promote female students. So as you can see here on the side, there's a picture of us winning a grant. So this is the first ever grant that we won in 2016. And in this grant, we were able, it was called the Miss Africa Seed Fund in 2016, and we have one of our alumni here who will be speaking to us. She was part of this specific .connect training, and during this particular training, the .connect training, we had one of the students, her name is Alela, who created an application for detecting sewer leakages. And her application won an award at the UN Habitat. So it was just great to see the kind of things that these young women could do, and their projects just being recognized, not only by us, but by others. So with the Mobigirlz program, we've been able to train over 220 young women in software development, graphic design, and digital literacy. So these are just pictures. I think it's just, good to have some visuals. The ladies now, this is the .connect class, receiving their certificates. You can see there the MD and just awarding one of the students. They got a phone. Another training that we've had as Mobigirlz is the Mobigirlz MIT App Inventor. This was back in 2019, whereby the girls were being trained on graphic design, basic web development, and app development using the MIT App Inventor. So the class had a total of 8 students. On the right, you can see some of the students with the then program manager. Her name is Joanne Bessia. So basically, as you can see, the aim of that bootcamp was just to give the students some business skills, web development skills, so that they can incorporate it in the real world examples. So during these trainings, we like to partner with companies that can sponsor these young girls. So for example, for this particular training, we were able to have Advanta Kenya sponsor 2 girls. We had Megacap sponsor 1, Upscale Furnishing sponsored 1, and Genovate sponsored 2 of the girls. The panelists also fully sponsored 2 girls. So basically what they did at the very end, the girls were divided into 2 groups. So for each, they came up with a business plan and website for the ideas. So this is just pictures during the classes, the MD giving the cash prize to the winning group, as you can see, the lovely smiles. Another training that we had is a Mobigirlz graphic design bootcamp, still in 2019. So the 5 students were self-sponsored. So for this particular case, they all paid the fees, and then the KNCHR supported the program by offering a contract to the top student. So what they did, the top student created a logo and a banner for the intersex community. So even during this time, the 5 students were still able to present their different ideas, and then that's how they came up with the winner of this particular bootcamp. And of course, there was a cash prize to the student with the best design. So these are the faces of happy young women who were able to just learn the program and get awards, as you can see on the screen. And then moving on, Mobigirlz would like to also not just assist you in now the training, but also now in terms of job linkages. We know it's important to be able, once you get the skills, so now how are you able to apply these skills? So after the Mobigirlz program, some of the ways that we've been able to support Some of the Mobigirlz alumni is one. As eMobilis, we normally hire some of the Mobigirlz alumni. I'm glad on the call we have Meg, Maureen, Flovian. All of them have been able to be hired. All of them have been hired as eMobilis staff. So digital skills department, we have the training department, basically being lecturers, we have the administration team. So we always love to support the Mobigirlz team where we can. We hire some of them and become part of our staff. And some of our Mobigirlz alumni, as you can see on the screen, Eunice Alela, she went on ahead to work at Google. We also have one Carol Karaoke who went ahead to work at Facebook. So on the right, you can see just some testimonials from our alumni. And the next screen, these are basically testimonials and success stories for people who have gone through our program, the Mobigirlz program. I'm glad we get to be represented by Meg, who is here. She'll be sharing her story, her journey, and how she has reached where she is right now. So these are just some of the testimonials we have. We'll be playing this video a bit later on. And then as Mobigirlz, especially when COVID hit and we couldn't do physical events, we decided to do webinars. So during International Girls in ICT Day, we could organize webinars. In 2020, we organized a webinar with phenomenal speakers. They were able to share their tech experience. They were able to share how they got into the field of tech. And there was such a great feedback and great response from all participants. So this is one of the webinars we organized. In 2021, we organized another. The aim of these webinars is to expose young women on the opportunities in tech. So when we invite these industry experts, they're able to tell us, how did they start? How did they basically enter into this field? Are there certifications they had to do? Is it a must to go through 4 years of learning campus, or can we do certifications, etc? So it is always just phenomenal to have the speakers speak to our young women. And last but not least, we also had the International Girls in ICT webinar this year, where we had a range of people from digital communication specialists to data analysts, to data scientists, cybersecurity engineers, and online business owners. One thing we can appreciate with tech is that it's very vast. It's not just limited to programming. It's very vast. So it's good to bring in different speakers who can talk about the different aspects and the different fields in tech. So these are just some photos from the day. International Girls in ICT Day, and then our social media pages so that you can know and connect with us. Now that you know about Mobigirlz, kindly connect with us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. These are our social media pages, and the handles are on the screen at Mobigirlz, at Mobigirlz, at Mobigirlz. So basically, this is just a summary of the Mobigirlz program. Thank you very much for giving me your time. I can see, wow, we are at 70 participants. This is great. I am so happy that we could be able to just share that. And now, so that I don't talk too much, I'd like to introduce. In case there are any questions, maybe you would like some clarity, please feel free to use the chat section for your clarities, for your questions and everything. And please do, just tweet about this session, tell guys what you're learning about Mobigirlz and help it to be interactive. So now I'd like to introduce our first speaker for the day. Her name is Meg Nyakeno. She's an alumni of Mobigirlz, eMobilis. She has done so much in the tech space. She's shared some exciting news that I let her share herself. But we are so glad that she could join us. So we'd like to invite our first alumni or alumnus, Meg Nyakeno, to just speak to us. So Meg, you are very much welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claire. I'm very glad to join you guys. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen. You can
Okay, just a minute as I
kindly enable screen sharing if possible.
Okay. So,
okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. My full name is Margaret Nakeno. I'm a data scientist. I hope you can all see my screen. I'm a data scientist and software developer.
Meg, I think we are losing you. You're
currently a technical lead, and we do.
Meg, if you don't mind me cutting you short.
Okay.
I think we lost you for a minute.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Yes.
hear me now?
Yes.
It's better.
Very better.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So as I was saying, maybe I can just begin by saying my full name is Margaret Nakeno. I'm a data scientist and software developer. Currently I work at Ziltech Technologies as a technical lead and a data engineer. I'll get to talk about more of what I do probably in the next slide. So I'm married and I'm blessed with a son. And my motto is motivated to be the best in whatever I'm doing. So that is my slogan that I go for in every single thing that I do in my work life, in my social life, in my spiritual life. That is my slogan for every single thing that I do. I'm very passionate about technology, and I'll get to tell you about my journey. So I've been in the tech space for around 7 years. That is since I completed my first degree. So if I combine with, from my first year in computer science, that is around 10 years. And my specialty is in the software development space, data science, which I love so much. Then we have research and training. So that is in the 10 years, that is what I've been doing in the tech space. So so first of all, I'm an academic enthusiast. I call it like that. I don't know if it really makes sense. I'm very passionate about academia and resourceful academia. So I have 2 degrees. My first degree is in computer science from St. Paul's University, which I did between 2013 and 2016. Then I have my other degree in mathematics from Technical University. That was Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, specialty in applied mathematics. That one I did between also 2013 and 2017. I graduated in 2017. And currently, I just graduated yesterday with a master's degree in computational intelligence from the University of Nairobi. So that is it. Among others, maybe Caroline, you can mute kindly. Thank you. So and other things I've done, I'm an alumni of eMobilis. I did my Mobigirlz, that is the MIT course where we learn web development and mobile application development. So I did that. I've done a certification from Coursera in data science, and currently I'm doing a data science certification from MIT, that is the Massachusetts Institute, just to be able to polish my certifications in data science. So I have also worked in this data science space. My second job and my current job are all in data science, which I'll get to talk about that as well. And I have been a developer. I've coded with Python, that is PHP, HTML, CSS, databases. I've worked with MySQL, SQLite, SQL, and I've also done Android. So I'll also maybe go through my work experience over the years, just to clarify what I was doing at what point and what led to, what I'm currently doing and where I am right now. So my journey in tech began with my education. That is my undergraduate program. In high school, if someone would have asked me, what course were you going to do in, in the university, I did not know. In fact, my initial applications were in the hospitality space. I did French, so I thought probably I would land there. I was very interested in, hospitality or business administration, something like that. But then before I joined, I finished my high school in 2012. So when I came out, and there's that 1 month period of waiting, I got an opportunity to join St. Paul's with my mock results. That time we would call it pre-university, where you would join a bachelor's program. Then once your results are back, you proceed. So I finished by January. So I went to the careers department at St. Paul's University. Apologies, I'm a mom, so you might hear Kipchumba crying left, right, and center. So I hope I'm going to be clear. So after that, I went to the careers department at SPU, and they looked at my performance in mathematics and physics, and they were introducing computer science by then. So they asked me to, join the computer science program. If I would like it, then probably I would go. So for me, I took that as an opportunity to learn well. And that's how I got into my first computer science class. I had never coded before. I had just done computer packages during my high school and a bit of computer literacy. So my first coding class was a C++ class taught by my mentor, the late Pius. And I think I was very scared, and I wondered, is this even my place? We got in, you were told, open the IDE. And I was like, what is an IDE? Everyone in that class had done computer, so probably they knew what an IDE is, write hello world. So you type hello world and everything is red. And I was wondering, is this even my space in tech? Looking back, I just laugh and say that moment was meant to be. So moving on, I really got interested in the space. I got very supportive lecturers and mentors when I was at SPU, and that led me to now choose. That made me choose consequently. So for technical university, I was placed by the Joint Admissions Board, and for St. Paul's, my parents were paying for that. So for that consequently made me choose Bachelor of Science Mathematics, because by then I had knowledge that you really needed good foundation in mathematics. You needed good foundation. You needed good foundation in mathematics to be able to, be a good computer scientist. And I always echo that you need some good foundation. Even if you're not in the tech space, you can take some courses on probably data structures, a bit of calculus, just to understand, get a concept of why is this computer working like this. So I did my degrees concurrently and gave my best for the both courses. And once I finished my undergrad in St. Paul's, I got the scholarships to come and do by, eMobilis and .connect, that is the MISEED Africa. And I think I call it the genesis of my journey. I have a small screenshot of the first application I ever did. And every time I look at it, I called it Genesis. This was my first ever application. It was very simple. It was just being able to add users, manage tasks. And I remember doing this application. It's always, surreal to know that, we've come from somewhere and, we are heading to greater places. So it was a very interesting program. The eMobilis felt home the first day I stepped there. And since then, I've never stopped going to eMobilis. Even right now that I'm working elsewhere, I still have a very good relationship with eMobilis. It has been the genesis of my tech journey, and I'm very grateful for what the team at eMobilis did then and whatever we continue to do, even for the students who are still, coming there. So I met amazing friends and colleagues. I can see Maureen here. We were in the same class. We used to sit at the back. We were actually doing very well. I think even Maureen is the one who won the best student at MISEED and got awarded a fund. We were with Eunice Alela, who is currently in Google. We are with Eva, who is currently doing her master's in Europe. I forgotten the specific country, doing artificial intelligence. And I think these have been one of the most amazing friends. And we used to call ourselves Code Girls. And we've been an amazing network and supported each other in our tech journey. So do not take for granted your classmates and colleagues. They might be the ones giving you, the next opportunities, or they might be opening doors for you in the next places. So it has been a really amazing experience being part of the Mobigirlz, and I would still have to meet and have a community that we can actually support each other. So currently, I said I'm a technical lead. What we do is we develop BI, that is business intelligence systems, and we do both taking data from the database. So we work with different database SQL, then we perform the ETL process, which is extract, transform, load. And then we visualize using dashboards. We visualize sorry for that. So we visualize using Tableau, we visualize using Power BI, and sometimes we also develop applications using Python and HTML, CSS. So that is my current role. Previous roles, I have been working at eMobilis for approximately 3 to 4 years, I may say, from 2019. And I still do partner with them because it's very close to my heart, where I was teaching the software development program. And then later on, we introduced our well thought of data science program, which is currently doing very well. Then before that, I was working at Nginx Solutions, where I was working, I was developing a BI, business intelligence system as well, for the National Health Insurance Fund to be able to detect fraud. I still do partner with them because my thesis degree was, based on something in that area. So I still do partner with them and do consultancy for them. Then my first place was at EBS Africa, where that was my first place to work in. I did my internship there. My lecturer, and I call him my mentor, who was very resourceful in my life, currently he's late, employed me there. Immediately I was from eMobilis, and there I was doing PHP development, and we were doing PHP and PHP Laravel. So we were doing systems. We worked, we did an ERP for university. We did the Hansard system for parliament. We also did Sanford, that is a school management system and an asset management system. We also deployed a few systems for several government institutions, and it was an amazing experience in all the places I've worked in. So probably one thing you may notice in my line of work, I rarely do leave. I leave and consult, or I still partner, especially if we had a very good relationship with my employers. And I'm usually very happy because they gave me an opportunity to learn, and if I can still give back, still partner with them to assist them in any way, that is very key. So for me, a networking opportunity is do not burn a bridge, or do not or when you get an opportunity, you slap the back and say, well, I'm getting paid more, and you live in a bad way. So my former employers have been a major support system in my career. My classmates, that is the colleagues that I've worked with, some of them are actually the reason probably they go to rooms and mention my name, and I get consultancy work, I get employment. So for me, it has also been a very good way for me to network. Then communities, in the Women in Machine Learning Nairobi community, and also I still interact with probably some of the students I've taught and the communities they are in. So development communities are very, very, very important in your tech journey. My colleagues, those I've worked with, are also good opportunities, because these people you've worked with, and they may, mention you in rooms that probably you don't know, and you get called in. So a very good relationship and a very good rapport with your community. And lastly, LinkedIn and GitHub. LinkedIn has also been a very good place to do my personal branding, which really assists you to, really helps you to, put yourself out there as a professional. LinkedIn is very good if you use it well. You get people from different parts of the world to view your qualifications. They can download your CV. Recruiters are always there on LinkedIn looking for developers. So it's also a very good networking platform. And posting your work on GitHub, that also has been very solid for me, because sometimes I don't have to speak, because my work speaks for itself on GitHub. So if someone would ask me, what would I tell my younger self? Well, if I look at myself, back in the days, and I wonder, what does this career or tech journey hold for me? So probably the first thing I would say is be patient. This sounds very cliche, I guess, but your time is coming. You just need to work very smart, because, well, we might want instant gratification. You might graduate from campus and now you're like, I need to be in Google immediately, or I need to be earning, 800,000 immediately. So be patient, your time is coming. Then secondly, I tell myself, market yourself and build a brand. I think building a brand does not mean you need to be an influencer or something, and keep posting on Instagram, or, no, just let people know what you're doing. And it doesn't have to be your personal life. It can be your professional life if you really want to, be out there and make a difference. I think in my beginning, I never used to, speak out what I've done. I used to be shy, and I used to, not tell people, oh, I have done this. These are my achievements. I used to be very quiet about, the achievements and what I've done. But right now, I am very vocal, so that I don't have to keep introducing myself. So if you come to my LinkedIn, you'll know, you'll see everything that I do. All my projects are listed there. All the links are on GitHub. Just ensure you are able to market yourself. If you can have your personal website, even if it's 3-4 projects, you just ensure that you brand yourself. Then dream big, it's possible. That is, I think, self-explanatory. You can always achieve what you want. If you put your mind to something, you can achieve what you want. The problem with the tech space is we always have probably imposter syndrome, which I think people suffer from. I also do suffer from it a lot, but it's possible. It's possible. You can achieve it. You can go to a job, you do not know what to do, and you get there and you learn. I think the first project I did alone, I was very scared, and I was told, oh, you're going to meet the client, and this is your part. This is what you're going to do. And I had sleepless nights, but you can always dream big. Do not fear to learn. If they tell you, do you know how to code in JavaScript? And you've only done introduction, say yes, and I'm willing to learn. Never say no. I tell my people I mentor and my students mostly that never say no to an opportunity. If they tell you, do you know how to work with Tableau? Say, I've not worked with Tableau, but I've worked with Power BI and I can always learn. So do not have you can always manage your imposter syndrome and dream big, it's possible. Then also know your worth. And this does not mean that you go out asking for ridiculous figures or, but know what you're worth, know what you're bringing to the table, and bargain from a point of abundance. Do not feel that anyone is doing you a favor, whether you're, when you're doing your internship, or you're in your first job, or you're in your, last job. Just know your worth and know what you stand for. The problem with sometimes settling for less is that you do not become motivated, to be the best in that field, or you're always complaining. And it's so sad that sometimes as women, and we get paid, lesser than men who we are doing the same roles with, because probably we do not want to bargain. So we do not want to, lose it. So you always get frustrated. You're always complaining at work. You're always gossiping. So just know your worth and be happy with whatever you get, and know that some things are just for a short while, and you're going to get it. Then one last thing I didn't write in the slide is start early. Start your career as early as you can. If you're in campus, just start now. Do not wait to finish. Start early, and lastly, specialize. And this does not mean that you have to know whatever you want to do. You can always try things out. You can always, the field of tech right now is very vast. Just in computer science only, you can specialize in 4 different fields. Like, let's say you can do networking, cybersecurity, information systems management. Right now we have artificial intelligence and data science. We also have software development. In software development, we have full stack. You have HCI, you have UX UI. In that same, you have people who are specializing in languages. So you need to find an area you're really interested in and work towards that as early as you can, because sometimes you might be all over the place. So you become you know so much, but you're not a master of something. So you can specialize in 1 or 2 areas that are probably related, so that you do not limit yourself. So in data science, you can say, I'm going to do machine learning and data analysis. If you're in cybersecurity, you know the specific field you're specializing in. So in tech also, it's very important that we specialize and start early, so that you can grow near your specialization as you can. I think that's it from my end. I don't have much to say, and you can always contact me. My LinkedIn is Margaret Nakeno Onyango. Just search for it. You can follow me on GitHub. Actually, I don't know if people know there's a follow on GitHub, so that you can see exciting projects that I work on. So then you can also drop me an email. So I think that's it from my end. Thank you very much. And back to you, Claire.
Thank you so much, Meg. That's so inspiring. and so much in such a short period of time. Yeah? You've achieved so much. I think, as you've heard, Megan has mentioned about joining communities, and one of the things we're trying to do right now is actually make Mobigirlz to be a community where we can all, or you can maybe talk to the likes of Meg to understand. I see many questions on how people having, what do you mean by starting early? How can I start? I can learn. So we are trying to work on a community for the Mobigirlz initiative, where we will share, we'll request you guys to share with us your email address. We'll add you to Slack. We'll appoint mentors for you and have sessions once in a while like these ones to be able to talk to these people who've actually done it and are still doing it. So Meg, congratulations also on your MBA. We know you've really worked hard for that. Despite the fact that you did it during the COVID period, congratulations. So I think we'll invite, because of time, I think we'll invite our next guest. Also, she's also one of the girls who are able to get the scholarship with the .connect. So Maureen Mwaneki, if you're there, Maureen, you can introduce yourself, tell us more about your experience, Mobigirlz experience, your tech journey, what you're currently doing. But before I invite you, Maureen, just a minute, if there is anyone with any questions, you can actually share them on the chat section, or if there's a pressing one to Meg. Anyone with any pressing one, we can just shoot one to Meg, but we'll also have a Q&A session at the end where you feel like you want to have some questions answered, can shoot to the speaker who are just the one that you feel like you want to direct your question to. So at the moment, I don't see if there's anyone raising their hands. So Maureen, karibu.
Thank you so much. Once again, congratulations, Meg, for your achievement. I was actually seeing the pictures on WhatsApp and also on the social media. Yeah, I feel it's a good achievement, a great achievement on your part. I know you've been aiming to do this for the longest. I have interacted with your parents also, so I know. I don't know how to top that after all that has been said. I think I will work with my train of thoughts. Hopefully they will coordinate my brain and my train of thought since I don't have a presentation. Okay. I will start first off for my tech journey. Did I introduce myself? Maureen Mwaneki, currently a project manager at Cloud Factory. I started my tech journey back in 2014 when I started schooling at JKUAT. I was doing computer technology. And then at the time I didn't have the passion. I was just doing it as a course. I was doing it just because you've been invited at the school. You have all the criteria, you've passed your exams and all that. Now you're here. The thing about school, they don't give you all these mentors that you require to facilitate or fast track your education in terms of tech. Because in tech you need the hands-on, you need to learn with experience, learn with people who know what they're doing. You know, in school, you just given this book of Java with 1,000 pages. You need to learn this, how to code. For me, it wasn't all that. We're doing all the assignments to submit or something. Then I got introduced to eMobilis, the Mobigirlz journey. We were sponsored by .connect. I think the lady was from Ethiopia. I'm not sure. I kind of remember something of the sort. It was a 4-month program, a very vast fast tracking and all that. We're doing from mobile applications, the web design, the database, the PHP, all that in the 4-month program. And we were, at the end of it, we were supposed to come up with an innovative mobile application that is solving a problem in your community, solving a problem that you see that you're currently facing that is maybe personal or community-wise or family-wise. That was it. Yeah, I remember I did a mobile application on the menstrual tracking application. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Sheila, kindly mute your mic. Thank you. I did the application on the menstrual tracking for women, and I managed to receive an award. I didn't go for first, as Meg was saying, but it was second position. Yeah. And that just struck me. You know, when you get an award, you're somehow, something just opens up. The motivation, the encouragement, the need to now start moving on to know your next step. By this time, I was still in school. I was still in 3rd year. That was 2016. Second year, I was in 2nd year. By the time I was coming back to school, I was doing my application when I was in back in school, continuing with my semester. For classes now, I started taking them seriously, and I could now relate what the lecturer was saying to what I'm actually doing, and I could ask questions that relate to programming, which was kind of encouraging, kind of shocking also to me. But at the end of it all, it was fruitful for me. After JQuat, I graduated in 2018. Immediately, I got recruited at eMobilis as a lecturer. I took up the role of taking through a new Mobigirlz session. I was a lecturer. I was taking through about 15 to 30 students, ladies, for the Mobigirlz program, which I'm very grateful for that. I can see also one of my students is here, Flovian. She's one of the speakers also. And also got the opportunity to teach the MIT class on the mobile application, the web application, and the PHP. My journey didn't end there. I got other opportunities. I went to Eclectics International, where I became a full software developer on Java. I used to make applications dealing with financial base, the banking applications and the circles, financial circles, the lending circles. At the time when I was getting here now, the world was getting real for me, because now you're dealing with real life problems. You have clients, you need to deliver. Their requirements need to be delivered to the clients. There are some people who are pushing you here and there. You know, when you have a project manager who wants to fast track your work, wants to know what you've been doing every day, wants to get things to be done in in the perspective that the client needs. I think it was, let me say, baptism by fire, because you have to learn and relearn and learn again to ensure that you have a breaking ground or a standing ground in the tech space, which is not easy, I would say, especially for women who are venturing into tech. It's not easy. It has never been easy. We are still, up to now, women are still fighting for these positions in the tech space. We are still fighting to be managers. We are still fighting to be recognized in the topmost positions. The good thing about development or companies who are hiring, they require, these are 2, 3, 4 gender role, where when you go into a project, we need to balance out the developers. The women and the men need to be balanced out, not 50-50, but men, yes, men are a little bit higher, the number, than the women. We've been trying all that to secure this space, to secure this position, to be recognized fully in this space. It's working for some companies, especially the startups are recognizing this thing, and also clients are happy to work with women, especially when you get clients who are women. They are happy to see other women doing these great things in the tech space. Yeah, so I will continue with my talking about tech communities. I've been able to immerse myself in the tech communities. Mostly, I will mention a few, like the AWIT, that is African Women in Technology. We have the Women Tech Makers. We have Nairobi AI. I am also part of the GDG Nairobi and the DroidCon KE. To be a member, it doesn't take much to be a member. Once you're there, you need to be participate. You need to be a full participant in the meetups, in the talks. We have debates. We need to. Every time we learn about new opportunities that are here. We're learning about the tech evolvement, because the technology also evolves from time to time. We need to learn what is evolving. We need to be there, to be, what can I say? Well, how can I put it? We need to be versatile. We need to be, I would say, just learn. We keep on learning and learning and learning within the new technologies. The new languages are upcoming. People are doing different stuff. The best thing I could advise someone is to focus maybe in one area. I won't say I did development for a very long time. After eMobilis, then I did the full-time development at Eclectics. I got an opportunity, a new opportunity, which was also for me to learn as a project manager. That was at Fusion Communication System. I took up this role as a project manager, didn't know what to do. I didn't have the experience. I didn't know how to go about it, how to manage a group of developers to actually listen to me to do the work that our client requires. And this was a stepping point for me. I was managing about 10 developers in a project, and I had multiple projects, about 4 projects. So this is 4 kind of groups. I'm managing different projects with different kind of people. Yanaro, kindly mute your mic. Thank you. Yeah, so as a project manager, it wasn't a huge drift from what I've been doing in the tech space, because I need to know what my developers are doing. I need to know what kind of problems they're facing as the developers. Sometimes they get hiccups here and there, and they come up and have solutions for them. Most of the role take part mostly is coordinating work and activities, and maybe communicating with my peers and subordinates, also and organizing the planning and the prioritization of work schedules, the development and the building of teams. Also making decision is part of my day-to-day work and solving problems and foreseeing risk that may be coming up in the future and mitigating them. Also, one thing I do is also monitoring and controlling of resources. Even when the project is done, we need to do the monitoring and the monitoring and control. There is resolving of conflicts between our teams also, because not everyone will be eye to eye with ideas. So we need to have a conflict resolution analyst. But all this is taken up by the project manager, and also the negotiation, the data analysis and information, the coaching, the teaching, the performing, administrating activities. All this part is also part of the tech space in development. We're not saying when you're a developer, you need to focus fully in development. There are other areas you can be good at, even in system administration. You can do coding. In system administration, they will require someone who has this knowledge, this path, this self-awareness that something can happen in the system. That we need to have the data analyst. We need to have what else do we have in the space? The security personnel who deal with data security. It's all about coding to secure the data that is in the company. We need to have this base of coding, know how to work with data, to know how to work with the lines of code. So that's my was talking about the tech communities, also a wide view of the tech space. So the biggest opportunities for women. I must start with the challenge. One of the biggest challenges that women in tech are facing are lack of role models. Women are often underestimated in leadership positions in tech companies. This can be difficult for women to advance in their careers and achieve goals, but that's not where we stop. That's not, we can carve the ball and now say, now I cannot manage this, I need to stop. No, what we need to do as a woman in tech to succeed, one thing you have to do is never stop learning. Number two is networking. Networking, you find it in the tech communities. What I was talking about, the AWT is where I am at, the women tech makers in Nairobi, the Nairobi AI, the GDG, the Droid K, all this is part of networking. When there's a meetup, you meet great people. There are also always opportunities. People are always talking about opportunities in their companies. The hiring criteria is very hard right now to hire someone who is genuine, who is not an imposter. They need to rely on someone who maybe you've been referred by someone, so that the blame can be somehow lenient. They need to, mostly I would say it's all about networking. Just know people in the area of tech. They have many opportunities lined up. The third thing, we need to show off our accomplishments. When you do that, you can have your GitHub account where you host all this application you've been doing, all the websites that you've been working on, everything that the PHPs, the database that you have been creating, post them for the public to see. Create a LinkedIn account, link everything into it. People at a click of a button, they will be able to see the kind of person you are, the kind of person they want to relate to, the kind of person they want to take on board with them. They don't want a mediocre. They don't want an imposter to be part of their family. Yeah. The fourth thing we need to take note is don't do it alone. Mentoring is very helpful. You need to find a mentor, someone who is a to-go person. They might not have all the solution you might need, but it's a step. It's a first step to acknowledge that I am stuck somewhere. That's what many developers I was or we are still struggling with. We don't acknowledge that we are stuck somewhere, because maybe we're stuck somewhere. We tend to think that I'm not good enough, or the next developer will think I'm not good enough for this job, or how did you even get here if you don't know how to do that kind of stuff. That's what we need to say. You don't need to do it alone. You need to have a mentor. And in workspaces, you need to, as much as possible, you need to ask questions. You need to disturb your neighbor. You need to disturb your next developer. Ask questions until they get tired of you. The next thing we need to do for success is keep a good work-life balance and don't burn out. Yeah. Burning out, let me say, at the first month before you get some ground on your life with the tech journey, you need to burn out. But at the end of it all, we need to create a balance, the work balance, life balance of family, friends, all this, so that you can be in the right headspace to think, to be fresh in the morning, to start your day, being enthusiastic to write a code you want to now, the bug that you left yesterday, you're very eager to solve it today. The next thing, we need to ask for feedback and take criticism as a positive. I will say this by, when you build an application, a website, the first people that you can ask for feedback are your friends, your family. Share with them the link. Let them go through this application. If you see they are facing some challenges, maybe moving from one interface to another or interacting with the application, obviously know there's need to change the UI. There's need to change the graphics or whatever they're interacting with the screen. These are the first people you need to take criticism from, whether it's positive or negative. All this will work in your favor. The next thing is attending industry events. There are some industries that have events. They talk about their tech, what they actually provide in the market here. Mostly it's the sales who talk about these products, but it's good to know what they're actually talking about, what kind of problems are people actually facing out there, so that you can have this idea, actually this is a problem and you didn't even realize that it's actually a problem. People have solutions for everything now out here. And what I am saying is, whenever you have an idea, you see an idea, you have this vision, and you say that you can have a solution for it. Don't sit down on it. Immediately you think of it. Let me tell you for free, in 3-4 months, someone else, you'll find that the same application you've been thinking about somewhere working, very stable. Everyone is thinking about problems. Everyone is thinking of solution now every day. So the best thing you need, if you have this solution, you have a problem in a solution and it's not known or it has not been worked on, start working on it. You can patent it. Have a patent so it can be your idea. No one can steal it from you. The next thing we need to do is communicate with colleagues and bosses in the workspace. Is a really good key in the workspace to to know more about your team, how they communicate for more successful and productive nature. The next thing is setting personal goals. What do you want to be, or how do you see yourself in 5 years, 4 years? It might sound very cliche to some of us. When you ask the same question, you don't even know your 6-month plan. But you need to set goals. Need to know where do we call it a vision board? Yeah, a vision board. In 5 years plan, in a year's plan, where do I see myself? What do I need to have achieved? What do I need to have gained personally in terms of career-wise? You need to set this goal for yourself and work towards them. When you say a plan, it has to have timeline. It has to be realistic. You don't have to go overboard, humongous ideas for you. Let it work through in your limit, in your space, and also maybe your resources that you're working on. Okay, that's much about the opportunities for women and how they can fast track their way up into the tech space. The reason why we need more women in tech is the diversity. It creates a more beneficial product for a significant wider audience. A product is better in results in higher when women are actually involved in it. So I think they're actually doing something about it. The presence of women is more helpful to boost the tech-driven innovation and design for products that by definition are more women buy. Women buy these products more, like the menstruation products applications. Yeah. I want to talk about also my current role right now. I'm working as a project manager. This has been a tough journey for me, I would say, dealing with a team of people, to work with teams who have different ideas. We have to incorporate them to work into one team to deliver a certain product that the client needs. When venturing into the project manager role, I had to gain some certifications so that I can scale somehow in the office, or gain some knowledge on what I'm supposed to be doing in my work area. So I started doing the PMP, the project manager professional. I have done all the work, the books, the reading, but unfortunately I've not been able to do the examinations since last year. The examination board changed, so what I was reading is actually different from what will be tested. So I have to learn again the whole book so that I can be able to be set for the exam. I didn't stop there, so I went on and started doing the Scrum Fundamental Studies and also the Agile Scrum Master. These are 2 certifications that I have been able to attain for the past now. Betty, kindly mute your mic. These are the 2 certifications that I've been able to acquire in the project management field. Now we call ourselves the Scrum Masters. It's a very new space for the project manager because we are doing things in a very different way from project managers. They call themselves the Scrum Masters. So I noticed there was a need in it. But since I was still in the workspace, I needed to learn you know, even if you're working, you need just to learn, just get those certification also to scale up, to present it to your HRs and your bosses, so they can know you're actually doing something. And most of this organization, they actually encourage and sponsor this kind of certifications for your learning, for your development, for your career growth, because it will be, at the end of it, it will be beneficial for both you and them in the organization. Yeah. I don't think I have much more to say. I've talked for so long. I hope that my train of thoughts were very systematic. They were coordinating. I will also talk about something, it's about leadership. I've been in leadership and volunteering in organization and non-government organizations also. Mostly they are to do with the children's home across the country, and the programs mostly entails visiting the children's home and feeding the street kids in Nairobi and also other parts of Kenya. Some of these organizations are Stadium Total Foundation. I have the Ghetto Ambassadors, the Urban Skaters, the Bikers for Charity, and the Extenders Foundation. Actually, this Extenders is the founder is Evelyn, who was also in Mobigirlz. We were in the same program with her, me, Margaret, and Alela. She's the founder who invited us for this non-government organization that she has been leading for the past now 9 years. And it has been a great journey to be working with them, even outside the tech space. We've been doing things for the community together. This just shows you how leadership is groomed, yeah? And I think it goes also way back in campus, where I started doing or organizing tech talks and hackathons through the JQuat Women in Technology and the Innovators JQuat ICT for the STEM related fields. I don't think I have much more to say, apart from thank you so much. And it's good to see also familiar faces here. And I can't wait to hear from every one of you. Yeah. Back to you, Koi.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Hey, you guys are doing great out here. Yeah, we're very proud of you and great to hear of the many achievements that you've actually achieved so far. I think if there's any pressing question, we can shoot just one, but because of time, I will say let's just put them on the chat section for now. And I know people are a bit tired and all that. So we will stretch a little bit by having just a small fun activity, which will be led by our colleague, Susan. Susan, if you're there, maybe you can just explain to us what you need to do so as people can stretch, just like for 2-3 minutes, just a fun activity to engage, to move, to shift a little bit for people to freshen up, to be able to welcome the next speaker. But for any questions, I can see there are many questions. You can share them on the chat section. Lynette, it's okay, we understand. We are trying to rush the meeting as well, but it's okay, you can go back to work. The rest of the questions will be answered by the specific people that have been directed to. So Susan, kindly. Because of time, Susan, chap.
Okay, thank you, Koi, and good morning, everyone. So I think I'll just share my screen. We are going to play Kahoot. So I think we have masters and people like playing Kahoot. So just allow me to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute, I log in, I can see it. Monitor. So I think guys who are using their phones in this meeting, kama mtatolewa nje, Kahoot might pull you out of the meeting. So I don't know how we can go about it. So just a minute, I can copy the link to the chat box so that people can join. Also, once I share my screen, the pin will be there. So if you can't use the link, you'll just use the pin to join Kahoot.
As Susan prepares for that, I will kindly request Maureen and Meg to share the communities.
I've shared the link. Sorry guys, I've shared the link on the chat box. So we can start playing the game. I'm sorting the screen out. Yako, you can continue.
So Susan, maybe you can explain to people how to do it. Just clicking the link, you play the challenge, and then we'll display. As there's some giveaways to the people who will be top. So we have some notebooks and pens for the people who will win the game. So let's play. Challenge ourselves, just in tech, but also in our mind, how we can actually do these things quickly. Then the winners will be announced and they can come pick their gifts at our offices. We are located in Westlands, just opposite Parklands Baptist Church. Meg and Maureen, probably you can share with the participants, the communities where you think they should join to be able to interact with other women. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Maureen. I see you've shared. Meg, you can also share on the chat section as well. And thank you to everyone who has joined, who has signed up on the form. We'll all be joining the Slack group, which will have the likes of Meg, Maureen, Ruth, even though she has left, Taslin, Flavian, and other people that will be able to mentor and also can also give you directions on how to start your career in the tech industry. Susan, I think there's something addressed to you, increased number of players, sorry.
Okay, Yuka, but you've used the link or the pin. Kindly let me know.
Yes, and kindly use your name so as you can know when the winners are.
I saw Bet. It's someone by the name Bet had joined. Alice is there. I can see Maureen. So we can
Susan?
just join. Yes.
A quick one. Are you able to increase the number of players?
Sorry, yeah, this is an open one, so it has a big number. A lot of people can join. So I don't know who is. Sorry?
I can see many participants saying the game has already reached the maximum number of players. The player, yeah, limit reached.
Player limit reached. Okay, sorry guys, just a minute. I think I'll stop sharing my screen. We can continue if there is any questions addressed maybe to the speakers. They can be answering as I sort that one out.
Okay, Susan, you can stop sharing your screen as people are playing. We can just share a small video.
I think there's no volume or something on the video. We can't hear anything.
I learned about the program from my brother. He brought me a flyer, and that's how I learned about it. And the skills I've gained from here, I've learned how to code. I've learned graphic design.
My name is Lorraine. I can say whatever I've learned here for the 2 weeks, it's something that I didn't know when I came here, and I believe it's good to help me in future.
My name is Anduru. I'm an entrepreneur, but I've been in employment for the last 10 years.
My name is McLeod Jondo. I've been in the IT industry for the last 14 years. And I'm very excited with this Mobigirlz event that has taken place.
Erastus, I'm managing director at Megacap Limited, where we do business strategy and management consultancy. I've been invited at Mobigirlz. It's an excellent program where they're training young ladies, young Kenyan ladies on digital skills, software development, and digitizing the world basically. The boot camp that I have just participated in has been quite impressive. The girls came up with projects that are going to solve real problems in the market.
My name is Angela Bilhe. I am an economics student in the Catholic University of Eastern Africa. I learned about eMobilis, Mobigirlz, specifically to my sister, Susan Dagi. Mobigirlz has been nice. We have had really nice classes and lecturers, and I've really enjoyed the process. I would encourage other girls to actually join the program.
Okay, Susan, are we ready? We can to proceed with the game. Sorry, like to see who has won and all that.
No, I can see already 10 people are playing. So I don't know if more are still joining. I can see Matilda is there, Nafula, Sharon.
Kindly share your screen, Susan.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, I think we'll proceed because of time, Susan, as you work on the game issue.
Okay, Koi, as you proceed, the game will be ending in a minute. So the people who have not played will be announcing the winners. I think I have a problem with my back end of sharing the screen, the Kahoot screen, but I have access to everything. I'll just share the winners in a minute. So guys, kama hujacheza, just do it now.
Kindly share the link because some people are still saying it's showing the limit is full and would like to be fair for everyone to play and also get a chance maybe to win. So kindly share the link again. 1 minute is long enough for them to play. So kindly share the screen as we proceed with the presentations from our next guest. I think we can proceed with the next guest. We'll kindly ask Flavian Owiti. Flovy, if you're there, you can kindly come to the mic. Flavian, we request you to take the shortest time possible because we can see many people want to leave for other engagements and we are past time. So kindly, Flavian, you can proceed. Flavian?
Hello, everyone. So I'm Flavian, an alumni of Mobigirlz program 2018, and I'm currently a software engineering student at African Leadership X. So Koi will just allow me and everyone else to stop my video and continue because I have my net is kind of wavy. So I'm just going to do a presentation and share with you my journey and how it has been for me all these years. So let me just share my screen. A moment. Hello.
Yes, Flavian, we can hear you.
So I think I'm just losing it. So back. So my Mobigirlz experience has been so I can say it has been the best. That is how I can explain my Mobigirlz experience. So it started back in
ni kama kuna 2 pregnancies.
Kindly mute your mic, please. So so my Mobigirlz experience started way back in 2018. It was a 3-month intense program, and there was no prior knowledge required. So like you can see, I've listed there's no prior knowledge required, and I had to go through an intense training on HTML, CSS, and graphic design. So when I say no prior knowledge required is because I remember when I started this journey in tech, I didn't know anything about tech. I had no classes on computer packages. I had not done anything on computer, literally. If I can describe it better, I even didn't know how to switch on a laptop or even a computer. So this was it created an imposter syndrome for me. The first time I was called to attend this Mobigirlz program, because I was like, how can I even do a project related to tech when I cannot even do when I cannot even switch on a computer myself? So that is how it went, and I was very happy to join the program because this one empowered me through learning. I had to like put myself outside there because I knew I had no knowledge on any of computer classes before. So thanks to Maureen Mwaniki, who had taken me through the training, and it was intense training on HTML, CSS, and design. I got a certificate training on Google digital skills as well, because the program was also a part of a Google digital skill platform. So we had to be taken through a digital skills Africa training by Edith at that time. And I can also say that I had a final project on a website that I did. It was not fully developed, but it was a front end with the pure HTML and CSS. So I built my first application, and it was called Flagrant Photography, because at that time, before I was called for, I was mobilized for this program, I was at Madare doing a Wezesha Dada program that was educating us on photography. So I was inspired to do a website on the same. So that is how my Mobigirlz experience started, and I can take this time to applaud the MD, because it was so good at that time. Because I can remember there's a time we didn't have I didn't have fare, and he was also always there to provide the stipend fare for us, just in case you don't have anything to commute. So how I see it, I kickstarted my journey. My tech journey kickstarted on 2018, just like I've said, through the Mobigirlz program. And in 2019, I joined eMobilis for MIT course while working as a GDS8 intern, that is Google Digital Skills Africa. So I had to work and learn. So after doing my Mobigirlz program, like Claire had mentioned before, there was this I was called for an interview, and I had to come and go through all the process, and finally I got to work with the eMobilis as their digital skills intern, where my work involved generating certificates and sending them to the students who participated. I also was doing data keeping and data entry. Some of the other things that I did was following up on data with the trainers, processing and sending certificates. So this was such an experience for me, and that's why I have to say that Mobigirlz was the key part of my journey. I had to take a stop, at some point, but I came back active, and I thank them still until now, because like I've said, I had no knowledge on this field. So working as their intern, I decided to take an MIT full course class, where I did PHP, Java, and Android. So I also built a fully functioning web application, Android application, that was resume generator. So this app was able to generate resumes and pick your details from your name, your email, your working experience, like how a template of resume is. So it basically takes your education, it basically takes your working experience, professional summary, and all it takes. So there's one thing I'd also have to share. I know you're asking yourself, like, Flavian, you started your journey in 2018, and we're in 2022, you're still a student. This is what I can say about it, is becoming whatever you are, or doing something to be where you are. It doesn't take one correct path. That's why I've said there may be similarities, but there is always no one correct path. So however much your journey is going to be, you're going to be inspired by someone. For example, Meg has talked, and Maureen has also presented a part, and you're like, I feel like I love how they have done it so far. What I can tell you is that even though there are similarities, but there is no one correct path. You have to define your ways and do better by yourself. Even it does, because one thing I can tell you is that if you start competing, every competition is good, but if you start comparing yourself to others, it's going to deny you the fact that you can do better, and there's only one limited you. So some of the tech, still on my tech journey, I've said around 2021, I haven't listed it here. So around 2021, I worked as a developer intern at Brand2D. And some of the roles that I took at Brand2D was maintaining projects in production, integration of front-end into back-end using WordPress. Some other things that I did was handling front-end design for retainer projects and collaborating with other teams or projects. So that was the first time I also engaged with WordPress, and I had to learn a lot through that. And that's why I'm telling you, you have to define your journey, and you have to push yourself out there to learn, because every day is a learning day if you are a developer, or even if you are in the tech industry. So I usually say it's survival for the fittest. So you have to make yourself be better each and every day. Some of the tech communities that I'd like to share today is Google Developer Groups. So we have Google Developer Group Nairobi. So for those who don't know Google Developer, this is how I can describe it. It is an open gig community for which creates an exciting project and shares experience about Google. We also have Women Tech Makers that empowers women in their career by providing resources, event information, and tools from Google. Apart from all this, you can also have Google Developer Student Club and join. You can either check if you are either in St. Paul's University, Nairobi University. We have all these, whichever is university you are in. We also have Andela Learning Community. I think many of us know this. So you can join Andela Learning Community and take part and see what they do. We also have Nairobi and Firefox. So for all these communities help us and empowers us on how to do better, and it creates visibility, it creates opportunities. There's at times, like for example, the Andela Learning Community, if you are in the Andela Learning Community, you're able to know that there is a program ongoing on GADS. So like you get to get the first on information on every other things that they issue. So another part that I'd like to talk about is opportunities for women in tech. Number one is women who code. Members benefit include coding resources, like if you want tutorials, articles, and other educational materials to excel in tech, this is a place I can recommend you to check. So you can go to Women Who Code. Before I forget, if you are doing anything related to tech, you must be a lover of the internet or web. So even if you leave this place, I hope you're noting it down, or even if you're not noting it down, you're actually getting to master them so that you can at least go and check them and see what they do. So we have Women Who Code, who Number 2, they have leadership. So you can find leadership opportunities that expand your skills and enhance your career. And they also have global community that advance your technical skills with other engineers at their 2000 events that they have
Excuse
annually.
me, Flovian.
Sorry?
Flovian, were you supposed to be sharing your screen? Because I can see people are saying they can't see your screen. You've not shared anything. We can't see anything.
Oh my, sorry. Let me just. Oh, sorry. I think I just have technical issue on that, but I'm just solving it right away.
Okay.
Let me just share my entire screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see it now, Flovian. You can continue.
Okay, so I'm so sorry for that. We can continue. So I was at opportunities for women in tech. So number 2, I've said leadership. So you can find leadership opportunities that expand your skills and will enhance your career. And we also have global community that will advance your technical skills with other engineers at the 2000 events that they hold annually. So you can check for women who code and see their benefits by yourself and join the community, or even, I don't know, but I'd encourage you to join the communities, for these are better opportunities that you can use and take advantage of. They also offer scholarships and free tickets to conference that are awarded annually. So we also have number 2, women tech makers. I think I also mentioned them somewhere here on my tech communities, women tech makers. So you can either be there. You can either join by being a community member, or you can be an ambassador of great opportunity to gain better, to great opportunity and visibility. So Women Tech Makers is a company, is an organization really that is partnered with, okay, let me just say it's a Google program that empowers women in their career by providing resources, events, information, and tools from Google. So you can be their ambassador, or you can join the community. It depends with what you want. But for me, recently I started engaging on the ambassador part, because I want to create more visibility for myself, and I want to just have a great deal on the opportunity that is coming through. So apart from that, we also have women in tech meetups. You can check for them. Like I've said, you have to be a lover of web and or the internet to check and sign up for this kind of meetups. They are very resourceful and they're very thoughtful. So I'd really like of us to find a way and sign up for their tech meetups, because it is a great opportunity. So my current role, I can say it is, I'm currently a software engineer at African Leadership X. I'm doing, I've been able to learn higher level programming and low level programming, beginning with C, because C is the most basic language that you have to start with, from what I understand. If you understand C programming language, then you're able to understand any other language, because this is the most low level programming language that I have come across. From experience, I can say dealing with C has made me understand any other language that I've never come across, because this is where you have to define your variables, data, from like every point you do in detail. So I'd recommend those of you who don't know about African Leadership X, you can also check about it, because there's a community on LX too, where after finishing the program, you have to go through, you join the room. The room is a program where you're going to get fast on working experience with the most companies in Silicon Valley. And it's ALX also has this technique and the system that Allbutton uses. Allbutton is located in Germany. So they use this system to teach their students, actually to mold students to become better, because they have this strong peer learning days and ask many questions to mentors. And finally, the room that I told you, because if you finish the program, then you promise to have maybe with this companies that are located in there, see what Allbaton does and see which companies they engage with. One of which I know is Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and many other. And it's also a program that is sponsored with MasterCard Foundation. So you can find my projects on my GitHub. That is Flavian. That is my username. And I can't wait to solve real world problems and work towards increasing visibility of women in tech. And a final thing that I also want to touch to is open source programs. So we have open source programs that are really beneficial and so much engaging. For example, Major League Hacking, that is MLH, it offers 12-week internship, and it's international. So you can check on that too. We also have Google Summer of Code, Outreachy. We have Girl Script of Summer Code. You can apply for these as much as you can, even if you get that no. Maybe, for example, this is how I say it. I normally apply for this open source program, or even jobs, or even internships, and you'll hear or you'll find a message that will tell you no, we regret and everything. So what I'll encourage you is not to stop there, and always keep on applying. Apply as many as you can. Apply as many as you can. There's this one lady I'd like to share with you. She's not a tech what? Okay, she's not currently in a tech field, but I think she inspires me. Immediately when I add a story, I was very much inspired. Her name is Bishona Baba, Miss USA 2016. There's something about her story that really touched me. She was contesting for a role of being a beauty pageant Miss Colombia, but she didn't get it. So she contested for the first time, she didn't get it. For the second time, she didn't get it. For the third time, she didn't get it, but she went on until it was the sixth time. And finally, luck struck on her and she became Miss USA 2016. So there's something she said while she was giving a speech. She said that telling me no is like adding a fuel to fire that is now set to blaze because of a single no. And this part alone touched me, because sometimes we get these no's and you're like, I'm not good enough, I can't do it better, I'm always doing bad in everything I do. So let that no be over motivation to you. Let it not be something that is going to put you down. Let that no motivate you to do better each and every day. And another thing you have to learn is that, like I've said, our journeys are not the same. We are all going to have different paths, especially in the tech industry. There's no one correct path. Meg has done her part, and she's explained our journey is different from Maureen, and if you follow carefully, our journey is different from Claire, and is very much different from mine. So wait for that time. When your time comes, and your time is also going to be, your story is going to be of sense. So always keep on and keep doing. Especially in tech industry, I'd really urge you to join the meetups. Like I've shared, join the meetups, join the events, engage in social media like LinkedIn. If you can do a post every day about what you've learned, about what you're engaging in, it will be very, very meaningful, and it will be very, very helpful to you. And another thing that I'd really like to talk about that has really costed me until now is specialization, like everybody else has said. So I have been doing everything. So I've been doing PHP, I've been doing Python, I've been doing Java, I've been doing Kotlin. So I think I've just learned everything. And it's not bad to learn everything. It's actually good to learn most of the things you want to know and to get deeper knowledge on them. But one thing that will cost you once you're not specializing is that you're not going to be a master of one. Because one thing I know for sure, as I've been applying for these jobs, is that the companies are looking for your best. They are hiring your best. And if you're like, I can do this, and then they'll just ask you, what are you well proficient in? And then you're like, I really don't have any. So this really struck me, and I was like, I need to go back and to the drawing board and pick a struggle. So currently, as I'm doing my software engineering class, I decided to specialize, and I'm currently doing my front end. I've kickstarted my front end specialization, and I'm really happy to have shared with you all this. Like I've said, I also suffer from imposter syndrome, if you have noticed, but it is something that everyone suffers from, especially if you're fast in everything you do. At the first time is always very hard for you to catch up, but immediately you do it for the first time, you do it for the second time, then you'll be like, actually it wasn't even hard the way I thought it could be. So anxiety attack comes, especially if you are a woman and you're like, even if I'm applying for this job, am I really fit for the job? Do I have all it takes to be that person they want? Do I really have all those recommendations, all those qualifications they want? So these are the questions that comes up in your mind immediately you go somewhere new or you're engaging with something new. But I'd really encourage you that whenever you feel you have imposter syndrome, just know that it is always something that is going to come to you, but you have to know how to manage it. And if you do it once, do it twice, it is going to be something like, I call it, it's going to be a routine. So this is my first presentation ever to like an alumni talk. And I'm glad. I know I'll be having more of this, and I can't wait to share with every one of you my journey. And I'd really I really thank you for making it here and listening to my presentation. Unless you have any question, I'd really stop from there. Hello.
Thank you, Florian. Thank you very much for the presentation. So I think if anyone has a question to Flavian, you can just chat on the chat box. You can ask your questions. I can see someone had asked if they can get the presentation. We're working on Slack, whereby we will have all these speakers there. So you can ask them any question you think ukupata vizuri, ama if you want them to clarify something. Yes. So thank you, Flavian. I think I'll take it back to Koi or Claire.
Thank you, Flavian and Susan. Flavian, that's very informative. And it's good to see what the much you've accomplished so far. And also, it's also good to let the participants know that also once we Susan, you really don't know how to break news, eh? Most of the students, we also offer internship to our students, both in taking the software development courses and the Mobigirlz program. We also work with different companies that request for us to refer our students. And based on applications, what you've done and your knowledge, we always give them the contacts from our database for them to reach out to you, or we can actually ask you to reach out to them directly. So there are many, many opportunities that we are going to be sharing with you. So as Susan has mentioned, we'll open a Slack group, and on the Google form that we shared, those who filled in will be able to sign you into the Slack group, where we can now communicate and have you can get to ask all the questions that you need. It will be an open place for you to ask anything you feel, or also get to know when we have these free these scholarships. So follow our pages to be able to note those in case you miss out on the Slack. For now, I think since I'm not so sure whether our other two guests are available. Taslin, is Taslin there? Okay, Taslin is not there. Ruth had requested to go for a meeting. We'll do more of these meetups. So don't feel like those ones have gone with more info. We'll still have more sessions to go. We'll also plan on a physical one soon, where you'll come and also get to experience and see where we actually located and interact in person with the mentors. So invite other mentors from other places, as we've been doing in the past for physical meetups. So for now, based on our program, we're meant to have another game, Susan. But because of time, I think we'll just go with the first one. Susan?
Yes, Koi. I'm very sorry for the surprise.
There's no surprise. You've already surprised us.
Yeah, guys, I'm very sorry for the surprise. But congratulations, Matilda, Nafula, and Yukabeth. I think those were the winners from the Mobigirlz review trivia. So guys, congratulations. So I think Claire will let us know what next. If you guys will be getting goodies or something, or Koi can let us know.
So congratulations, Matilda, Yukabeth, and Nafula. As I'd mentioned, we have some notebooks and pens for you. So any moment you're in town or around Westlands, kindly feel free to drop by and pick your gifts. We are located in Westlands, as I said, Sports Road, opposite Parklands Baptist Church. Ukipanda tu mat, unashuka stage ya Westi. I'm sure that's a language all of you understand. So just ask the matatus to you want to alight at Westlands. For those who are driving or in Uber, you can just can ask them to drop you at Kipro Center, just opposite Parklands Baptist. In the meantime, we'll have a quick Q&A. I think we can, if Meg is still around, there's some questions that had been asked, and Maureen. I can see some, like, how can I start? Can I learn a little course on this? Also, you can also, someone else had asked, just get I think actually it's noticed Meg had already answered some of these things on the chat section. So in case there's any other question, someone can raise their hand and direct the question. So we'll have a Q&A for like around 5 minutes, and so as we can close the session. Anyone with a Mary Wamboy, you want to ask a question? Mary? So someone is asking, do you currently have any open internship opportunities beginning 1st of October? So currently we had already taken in 3 interns at the moment for the September, October, December period. So from January, we'll be having open opportunities for internship at eMobilis. Any other questions? So we can.
Koi, I can see Faith Zawadi is raising her hand. Maybe she has a question.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. Faith?
Yeah, so my question is directed to Flavian. She's told us that we can join like many channels like Google, and I'm part of that, but I have an issue with the Google Expert program because they say that you have to have participated in mentorship programs or maybe have a channel or I've shared something in to mentor people. So I'm asking Flavian, how can that be achieved if you're like an introvert? That is, if you were not willing to have like a YouTube channel or something like that. So how can that be achieved?
Okay, Faith Zawadi, thank you for the question. I think that is the criteria, and I'd really advise, okay, for you to become someone like an ambassador, you have to meet this criteria. You have to be very, like I've said, you have to be very engaging. I myself is an introverted person, but because, like I've said, I also like this point that Meg said. She usually did not speak about her achievements, but she started being vocal. So it is something you can challenge yourself with. Being an introverted person does not mean that you have to stay like that always. There's this personality test you can always be doing and check your progress. So I'd really advise for you to challenge yourself, and maybe if you can have a post of 1, 2 in LinkedIn, create a channel like they're saying, and post 1 or 2, you'll find yourself familiarizing with it, and it won't be that hard. If you really need help in that too, you can, I'll DM you my email so that you can have, I can help you on that, and how I have overcome mine too. So I think that will be of great help, unless you have any other question. I'm DMing you my email. I'm DMing you my email right now. Currently check in the chat.
Thank you, Flavian, for answering Zawadi. So I think also Flavian, her username is her email. I think it's flavian.owiti@gmail.com. So if anyone else has a question to Flavian, you can just get her email and ask your question. I must send her an email. So Koi or Claire or anyone else has a question? Okay. Koi? Yes, Tunai?
Yeah, I wanted to know probably how I can surpass imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Okay, Tunai, thank you for the question. I think Flavian answered that question, or she can repeat the answer on how to fight imposter syndrome. Maybe you can quickly answer.
Okay, so like I've said, I've shared my my email. So it's a journey. It's not something you're going to do today, and it's never going to end. Like I've said, even if you're going to be a manager somewhere one day, it is something you're going to suffer from. Like I've said, it comes whenever you're doing any new thing that you've never done before, and if you do it once, twice, or thrice, you get to familiarize yourself with and say that kumbe it was just easy, it wasn't that hard the way I thought. But I've said, if you have those kind of issues, I myself have gone through the same, and I'd really like to help you overcome them. So I've shared my email there, and if you DM me, I'm going to share with you a contact, and we're going to see a journey on how to do this. And as Koi mentioned, is it Susan? Sorry. So mentioned that they're going to create a Slack group where we're going to communicate oftenly. So don't find it hard to ask these kind of questions, and I'm easy and available to help you with this. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Flavian. So I think I can add a point or two to what Flavian has said. Yeah, we all at some point suffer from imposter syndrome. So what we just need is to stay positive. We also listen to what other people has to say or offer to us. We also remember that we are learning. It's a learning process. You can't just wake up and be like, yeah, I fought this imposter syndrome. You can't. So, and also look after yourself. Remember, you're not alone. So we are all in this, I think, at some point. So hope we've answered your question.
Yes, Susan, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else with a last question? We can take one or two. So thank you, everyone. If there's no other question, I think we will end our meeting. So guys, you can join eMobilis Slack workspace. So thank you very much, everyone.
Susan, before we end the meeting,
okay.
Before we end the meeting, I would like to inform the members that are present today, like on the Slack group we'll also make a team and a chairing committee that will be able to represent the rest of you. You can give us ideas of what you think the strategies that we can use to select that committee, in terms of making one of us a chair lady, all that, to be able to communicate and appoint different roles to people in terms of when you come to community meetups. That will be all shared on the Slack group, which we told you will inform you. And when it's formed, it's already there existing. So we'll just upload your names and you'll get a notification. Kindly, when you get the notification, accept. So we can start this. We can kick off the community going. So because I don't think there are no other questions, I'll invite my colleague Claire to give a vote of thanks.
So thank you so much, everyone. This has been an informative webinar. We have definitely spent more time, and we are truly sorry for that, but it's because there are so many insights to be shared. So now I'd just like to thank you, each one of you. I'd like to start off by thanking our speakers, Maureen, Meg, Flavian. I know we weren't able to have Ruth and Taslin present, but I'd still like to thank them. Thank you so much for the insights. Thank you to each one of you for being on this call. We started at 10 a.m. and we are ending it at around 12:50, but thank you. So we have now your details. We will keep in touch in the Slack group and make sure that each one of you gets communication in regards to Mobigirlz. So thank you all. I'd like to do a quick picture with everyone. So I'm not sure if people are able to just share your video for 1 minute to take a quick selfie and then close the meeting. Are we able to, are participants able to just share their video for 1 minute to just take a selfie, a picture, all of us together? Yay, I can see people. Okay, great. Wow, this is great. Okay, so now how do I make sure? So Susan, kindly take this picture for us. Susan, please make sure you take this picture. All our participants are on. I can see them. So many of them are here. Yay, I can see. Oh, thank you so much, guys. So Susan, let us know once you take the picture. So let's just smile for the picture. Yes, for the camera.
Me?
Yeah. So Susan Sulubu, kindly take the picture. Please let us know once you have. So my colleague and I are also here. Susan, let us know once you've taken the picture. Susan, are we good now?
Yeah, you are good. You can stop smiling now.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for this fantastic webinar. I'd like to wish you all a great afternoon. I'd like to wish you all a great day, a great weekend. Thank you so much. This was the virtual Mobigirlz meet and greet. Bye, everyone.